It's Wolf, and I finally played some of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Man, I remember in one of the playthroughs I said something about if the next Call of Duty is another Black Ops, I'm gonna scream, and I don't get why they needed they gave a subtitle to a subtitle. Like, Black Ops is already the subtitle, and now that also had the subtitle of Cold War. They could have just called it Call of Duty Cold War and it would have been fine. Anyway, though, I still haven't actually bought Cold War because I want to buy it on PS5 and I still can't get my hands on a PS5 because they sell out in 10 seconds whenever they do release more, and I'm not really wanting to buy the PS4 version of it because I like to buy my games on discs, and if I buy the PS4 version, I know it'll come with the free digital upgrade or whatever, but I like to have the games on discs, so I would end up in the future probably just buying it again on a disc, and simply put, I just don't really want to buy the game twice when I can just wait to get a PS5 and then buy it for the PS5 and just play it on there. So I don't know, Activision, if you see this, hit me up with a PS5 so I can make videos about Cold War, please. Anyway, I figured that since it was my first time playing Cold War Zombies, I should make a video about it. So I want to sort of just introduce myself a little bit before I get into that, because I think this video might bring in some new people, because I'm going to give it a title, something like former top 10 Call of Duty Zombies player reviews Die Machine or something. And in particular also, this video is going to be focused on Die Machine because there is the Onslaught maps, but I haven't really played any of the ones besides Nuketown and haven't really spent a ton of time with it, and the only other Zombies map that is like confirmed right now hasn't actually come out yet, so Die Machine is pretty much the only one I've played. So it's like general ideas on Cold War Zombies, but particularly a review of Die Machine. So anyway though, who am I? Because I think people might watch this video that haven't watched my videos before. Or rather, I guess just more so like, where does the top 10 Zombies player thing come from? So I am not actually on any leaderboards right now, but a couple months ago I got on to 2 Zombies leaderboards, and so those were No Tough Enough on Zombies in Spaceland, which I got on the 10th place in the leaderboard there, I think, and then, like I said, I've been since pushed off the leaderboard because somebody beat my record, and then I got 9th, I think, in the world for a while for No Power on Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Both of those were in Infinite Warfare, and I was on that one for a while because I was 9th, and then I got pushed to 10th and then pushed off the leaderboard because people came in and beat what I had set. So I also got on to 2 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think it was, leaderboards in that same scenario. I have a video about it that I'm going to link in the description if you want to know more and see like actual proof and stuff that I was on those, but I'm still on one of the Modern Warfare survival leaderboards, but those aren't zombies, so those are a separate thing. So anyway, I am okay at zombies, so yeah, that's where the justification for the title of the video comes in. Anyway, to talk about Die Machine. So Cold War is a pretty different feeling Call of Duty than a lot of other Call of Duties. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the new Modern Warfare, but I haven't really played the new Modern Warfare a lot yet. That's another one that I don't own either because I just didn't want to buy it at $60 and it still hasn't really gone down in price yet, so I'm going to play it eventually. I've played some Warzone. Feels a lot like Battlefield. Call of Duty now plays a lot like Battlefield used to. I mean, Battlefield still kind of plays the same, but there's definitely aspects of Call of Duty you can tell have been borrowed from the Battlefield games. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I like and a pretty good number of things that I don't really like about Die Machine and Cold War Zombies, but we're gonna try to start off with things that I do like. So for one, I'm pretty glad that they decided to take a whole bunch of the aspects from the multiplayer and put them into Zombies mode. I like that you can choose an operator. I think you can choose an operator, or it might be just randomized. I'm not really sure because I don't have any operators bought or anything or unlocked, but different operators, so it's not like a specific set of characters. Like, it was kind of nice, but it also sort of, that added to the convolutedness of the zombie storyline previously. I also like how you can use like score streaks and stuff like that in multiplayer, and also that XP from both modes carries over into each other and stuff. That is really, really helpful because somebody like me who plays zombies, it used to kind of suck to be playing zombies all the time, and then if I wanted to play multiplayer, to be like, have like nothing unlocked despite the fact that I had already spent a ton of time playing the game, so that's really nice. And I like the weapon customization, but I also have mixed feelings about it a little bit. So as I mentioned, my top 10 record things, top 10 runs, whatever you want to consider them, were both on Infinite Warfare, which is another Call of Duty game that Zombies mode allows you to customize weapons. I think that's cool to be able to customize weapons. I don't believe you can like customize the stuff you're going to get off of the wall like you can in Infinite Warfare, but you get to customize your starting weapon, which I think is nice because then it adds a bit of replayability to the game because you're not always starting out with like the same thing and you can upgrade and stuff. But on the other side of things, it feels a little bit weird that the game lets you start with different weapons. I believe that Call of Duty World War II also lets you do that, which that's not the only thing in Cold War that is also seen in Call of Duty World War II Zombies, but I think Call of Duty World War II lets you do that, but it didn't have as wide of a variety of starting weapons. Cold War, you can start out with seemingly like any weapon in the game, which, I mean, it's cool because it lets you play with variety and stuff and start out different ways and use different strategies right from the beginning without having to deal with like finding a wall weapon or use the mystery box to get a specific weapon or something. But at the same time, I think it also kind of can make the game almost too easy to some extent because Cold War Zombies, I don't know if it was just my previous experience with playing Call of Duty Zombies or if it was just that it was easier, but I got to round, I think 29 on my first serious attempt at going for like okay rounds, and to get to round 30 in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 took me like literal months of playing the game and getting used to it. So I think that kind of contributes to it, and I don't know, it's like I like having different starting weapon options, but I also think that having all of them feels kind of weird compared to other Call of Duty games, but I do like being able to customize them nonetheless. I do think that's a nice addition. And I mean, the M1911 is in the game, so if you do want to just start with that like you usually did in older Call of Duty Zombies, I mean, you can still just do that. As for other things I enjoy about the new Cold War Zombies and Die Machine in general, similar to how they took aspects of multiplayer and put it into Zombies mode, I like how they've also tied the story of Zombies finally into the main campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops. And just overall, I really liked how they presented the story, at least for now, because Treyarch has a tendency to go and screw things up whenever they decide to take a different branch with the Call of Duty Zombie story, but I like how like Weaver is in the story and stuff, and other mainline Call of Duty Black Ops characters are involved and stuff. I think that it's nice to finally see that connection when it was sort of hinted at in other Zombies maps and stuff through Easter eggs, but to have it like be very clear, I think is nice. Alongside that, the story is actually sensible for once, which is a very nice change. I have mentioned before how even though I really enjoy playing Call of Duty Zombies, the story of it it's so extremely convoluted and hard to understand and challenging to even see because it's all based around obscure Easter eggs and stuff. I like the fact that Die Machine really like simply introduces things, so even though I really don't know pretty much anything about the rest of the Call of Duty Zombies storyline, at least not the Black Ops one, the way that Die Machine kind of starts it over in a way as like an investigation into the previous story makes it so much easier to understand. You can very easily grasp like, I am a member of this team sent to this location to investigate this mysterious phenomenon, and the more you know about the previous Zombies levels and stuff definitely helps to understand it, but it's also not necessary to kind of get a little invested in the story, which is nice. I am worried though that, as Treyarch has done multiple times before, that like give them 2 maps and then they'll just bring Richtofen and the rest of them back, because that is exactly what they have done in multiple other scenarios. I mean, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you had the new crew and they were there for a majority of the maps, but then of course the very last map they released brought back Richtofen and Dempsey and the rest of them, which is like, why? Because I thought that story was done. And then Black Ops 3 did a very similar thing where the first level you again had this whole new cast of characters, this new setting, this like seemingly kind of different story that was all based around Cthulhu type creatures and stuff, and then of course the end of the Easter egg for that map, oh whoops, it's Richtofen again. And then the rest of the maps were, I think the rest of the maps were again focused on the original crew. Again, despite the fact there were all these new characters introduced and stuff, and you thought it was going to go in a different direction, but nope, just back to the original story once again. And then Black Ops 4 did pretty much the same thing again. They said that they were going to do the 2 storylines thing, and I think they did. I don't know if the storylines ever overlapped, but nonetheless, they still, once again, just brought back the same original crew and continued to expand on an already incredibly hard to understand storyline. And yeah, so I would be almost surprised if they didn't do that again, which I really hope they don't. I really do hope they stick with this sort of like continuation of the story, but from a new perspective thing, because otherwise it's just, I think it almost makes people afraid to play Zombies mode because they're not going to understand what's going on. And it also makes it hard sometimes to play Zombies mode because in some of the other maps, to get to a high round, you would need to do parts of Easter eggs to unlock certain abilities and stuff within levels, and if you hadn't played the game before, you like wouldn't understand the nonsensical crap you would have to do to like unlock certain things, and it got so confusing. So I like that. I also in general like how Die Machine guides you, at least up to the point of unlocking the Pack-a-Punch machine. Call of Duty World War II did almost the same thing, and although it kind of feels like the game is holding your hand a little bit, I think that it does it to a good extent in Die Machine, where it pretty much gives you like literal objectives and places to go on the map up until you unlock the Pack-a-Punch machine, and then it kind of goes back to the traditional zombies mode Easter eggs where you sort of got to figure stuff out on your own. That's really helpful because it lets you understand the map and kind of learn how zombies mode works to some extent without needing to look up a bunch of guides and stuff. And it just, unlocking the Pack-a-Punch machine is usually like the minimum of what you will need to do in a lot of maps in order to get to pretty high rounds. So I think that it's helpful that it guides you up to that point. As for the map of Die Machine in general, I think that it's a pretty good Call of Duty Zombies map. I don't know if it's necessarily one of my like favorite maps, but I think that the layout is easy to understand and remember, and it's also not super big. Sometimes Call of Duty Zombies maps could get really big, and it would get annoying because if you were at the end of the round and you had like 1 or 2 zombies left and you were trying to run around and like pack-a-punch weapons or buy new weapons or do whatever, you would have to spend like a while just running back to a specific area on the map. And Die Machine doesn't really have that so much because it's not super huge of a map, and it also is kind of set up in a circle, which I think a lot of Call of Duty Zombies maps are actually kind of set up like that, but there's just multiple ways to get to things and stuff like that, and I think that that really helps the organization of the map, and it helps just the playability of the map and not needing to take big boring breaks between rounds kind of to go do like logistics pretty much. And then otherwise, in general, the map just has, I think, a pretty good selection of perks and weapons and stuff like that. It doesn't have all of them. It has 5 or 6. I don't exactly remember how many perks it has, but it has a pretty good number of the main ones. You've got Juggernaut, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Stamina Up. That one, I can't remember what it's called. It's the one that adds like elemental effects to your weapon every now and again, which I just want to note, they said that that was a new thing for Call of Duty Cold War, but in reality, Infinite Warfare also had a perk that was like that, if I remember right. I think it might have only been for headshots in Infinite Warfare, but it's not the first time that a perk like that has appeared. And then you also had Deadeye Daiquiri, but that one's kind of hidden because I don't think it actually has a standalone machine on the level. I might be wrong about that, but the way that I've acquired it every time I've played is to go into the Dark Aether alternate reality thing and then use the Wonder Fizz machine where you can buy any of the perks, which I don't really understand why that is there, because then it's like, what's the point of the standalone perk machines? I don't know, but that's not really a complaint. I mean, I think it's useful, but I think it's just kind of weird that they have that and also all the standalone machines. But regardless, and then also speaking of perks, another thing I like is how the level, you seem to be able to get all of the, well, I mean, not even seem to be, I think I did it in this gameplay. You can get all of the perks at once. Some other zombies levels don't let you do that. I'm not sure if all of them actually. I think there's some other zombies levels where you can do all the perks, like buy them and have all of them. Some other zombies levels you can have all of them, but it's only for completing an Easter egg. But I like how here you can buy all of the available ones, because I don't know, it just felt like a weird artificial limitation in other levels to only be able to have 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever the limit was on them. And so it's helpful, and it just feels kind of sensible, I guess. It just genuinely does help you play, because then you have all of the benefits of all of the perks. So anyway, I think it's time to move on to the negatives of Cold War Zombies so far and Die Machine, because there's a number of those as well. So I mentioned weapons stuff earlier and how the game can kind of feel easy, and I think that the way weapons work in Cold War Zombies could use a little bit of tweaking. So in this gameplay, I only used 2 weapons, I think, the entire gameplay. I used a pump action shotgun and a semi-automatic shotgun. And the shotguns in the game, they feel overpowered, but I think it's just because the rest of the weapons feel underpowered, at least from what I played. So earlier in the gameplay, you might have noticed that the shotguns have a shockingly long range for shotguns and can continue to take zombies down in one shot, unpack-punched, for a number of rounds. And that actually feels alright. The shotguns don't feel overpowered. They feel like fun. They feel like fun weapons to use in the game, because you're not needing to like pump bullets into the zombies at early rounds or anything, and they're not like, you know, they don't have ridiculous the spreads and stuff, they're actually accurate and things like that. So I think that the shotguns are actually really good, but I think that the rest of the weapons feel underpowered compared to the shotguns. So I think that the developers need to make some tweaks, and instead of nerfing the shotguns as they might be inclined to do, I think that they need to go and make a lot of the other weapons more powerful, so that way you have more of a reason to use other weapons. Because as it is, unless you're really trying for like a world record or something and you need the ray gun or like another really powerful weapon or a wonder weapon or whatever, there's almost no real point to buying other weapons because the shotguns are so effective. And I think that if they just upped pretty much like the damage, I don't even think the accuracy or anything needs to be changed, but just the damage of the rest of the weapons, I think that would be a really good idea. Because right now they feel like, I don't even know, BB guns compared to the shotguns, at least in my opinion. Oh, also though, just remembered two other things real quick. For one, I just took a break from talking in chat. It was actually Modern Warfare 3 that I got those two other survival round top 10 things on. And then as for like weapons and stuff, I kind of forgot to mention the abilities thing. Just to put it in here quickly, I think that it's helpful that there's not so much just like insane crap going on all the time, because Infinite Warfare Zombies and Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, and I think that's the only ones I can think of, sort of suffered a little bit because there was so many things going on all the time with like the gobble gums and like in-map abilities and stuff like that. Even though Cold War has a lot of stuff going on at once also, it feels like it all makes sense and it is in a spot where it should be, and it's not like some weirdly named thing that you have no idea what it does. Like the armor upgrade station upgrades your armor, the crafting station crafts abilities, or well, like stuff you can call in and stuff. Oh, also I like that they added the extraction mechanic because it solves the problem of when you get bored playing zombies and you don't really want to just quit or let the zombies eat you, because now you have an option to actually end matches in sort of like a fun way. But anyhow, that was just a couple other things that I like that I forgot to mention earlier. So on to some more things that I kind of disliked about Die Machine. So the Plague Hounds, I don't really understand what the point of them is. This isn't necessarily so much of a dislike so much as just like a confusion thing, because the previous Call of Duty Black Ops series had Hellhounds, which they operate pretty much the same exact way as the Hellhounds, and I just really don't get why they changed it. Maybe because it had the word hell in it and like people didn't want to say that or something, but it just seems kind of strange that they decided to change the sort of whole look and aesthetic of the Hellhounds to the Plague Hounds. They operate pretty much the same way, but I don't know. I mean, they still get annoying like Hellhounds do, but I think that's sort of the whole point of Hellhounds. But yeah, I don't understand what's up with the aesthetic change. I guess maybe also because there's some other aesthetic changes because it's like the whole new story sort of thing. But yeah, just don't really get that, especially if they add Hellhounds back in other maps. I think that'll be kind of a weird thing for them to do. And then speaking of boss characters, the Megaton. Oh my god, it is by far, I think, the most annoying zombies boss character I have ever encountered in any of the levels I found, because it is just ridiculous how many bullets you have to put into a Megaton to take it down, and then it just splits in two and you have to do it twice again. I don't know why they designed the Megaton that way. Like, I guess the whole splitting in two idea is kind of cool because it adds a little bit of variety to it and stuff or whatever, and it adds a little bit of challenge to it, but I think that they genuinely need to like lower the health of the Megaton, especially because they spawn and you have so many other zombies that are chasing you, and then you also have to deal with the Megaton on top of that, which can shoot stuff at you, and it feels annoying, and it feels like they have to take so many bullets. It feels like they take more bullets than, I can't remember exactly what the name of it was, the brutes on Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland, and those guys were like huge and massive and scary looking, but you could take them down within like maybe 2 clips from an assault rifle or something. I mean, in the later portions of this gameplay, I think it ends up taking, well, I know it ends up taking like multiple magazines, or not necessarily magazines because the shotguns I used didn't have magazines, but multiple magazines worth of shotgun shots to take them down, and that's even with like perks and upgrades and stuff, and it's ridiculous, and it's really annoying because as soon as you take it down, you just do it twice again to the smaller halves of it that split off. And I think the other annoyance here is that the way they spawn is just also really annoying because you run into them constantly, and it's one of those things where if you kill all of the normal zombies that are also around, then the next round just starts. You don't get any time to just focus on the Megaton alone, which I mean, that's okay because other levels did that before, so it wasn't really such a surprise that the boss is not responsible for triggering the next round or whatever, but it's just annoying with all the other aspects of it that are a pain that it, has has powerful ranged attacks, takes forever to take down, and you also need to kill it 3 times. Speaking of 3, Megatons spawn in a lot, and they spawn in like noticeably more than boss zombies do in other levels in other zombies modes. In particular, I'm just thinking of Infinite Warfare again. In Zombies in Spaceland, the Brute would spawn in maybe every like 5 rounds or so, if even, not even that often. And then in Attack of the Radioactive thing, the I can't remember exactly what they're called, the Crocs or whatever, those alien things that would, you know, get thrown at you from the sky. They spawned in again like every 5 rounds or so, but the Megaton, I swear, spawns in every 2 to 3 rounds, which is ridiculous because it gives you no breather from fighting a Megaton. And if you're not fighting a Megaton, it seems like you end up having a bunch of play counts come at you, which is just really annoying and feels really unbalanced. And then I think the last complaint that I really have for Die Machine is, why does the Pack-a-Punch cost so much after the first Pack-a-Punch? Because in previous Call of Duty Zombies games, you usually could only Pack-a-Punch a weapon like once anyway, but you could re-Pack-a-Punch it and it would maybe add like an optic to it or something, and it would still cost 5,000 more points. I don't get why they went up by like 3 times to upgrade your weapons. So like the first one costs 5,000 points, the next one costs 15,000 points, and the next one costs 30,000 points. I get that they need to up it or whatever because you're getting a more powerful weapon every time, but it seems like it would have made more sense if they just went to 10,000 and then 20,000 or something like that, because to save up for 15,000 points and then another 30,000 points on top of that takes quite a while and can also leave you in some awkward situations if like you need to pack a punch but you're like just barely low on points in a round, and then you need to go through a whole nother round when the unpack a punch version of a weapon and stuff. It's just, it seems like really high costs for that. And then on a similar note, even though it makes sense where like everything is in the map, sometimes I don't get like there's like overlapping abilities sometimes. Like you can upgrade the damage on a weapon at like that armor station, but then it's like, but the pack punch kind of does the same thing. So I guess it just, it's nice that you can upgrade your weapons in 2 ways, but it also feels kind of weird. Although I think the armor station upgrades are persistent through multiple playthroughs, so I guess that's a little bit of a difference. Speaking of that though, another thing I do like about Cold War Zombies so far is that they added a lot of roguelike elements where you can upgrade stuff, which actually I kind of have mixed feelings about that. I think it's nice because it brings you back to keep playing because there's like progression. So at the end of the round you get those crystal things and then you can upgrade what perks do and stuff like that at like between games. But I think that also can be a little bit annoying because then when you start, it kind of makes stuff feel almost weaker than it did in previous Call of Duty Zombies modes. So that can be a little bit awkward, but I do kind of overall like that because it brings back replayability and also adds progression to it and makes you feel like there's a reason why you're playing other than just going for high rounds. So anyway though, I think that's pretty much it for my thoughts on Cold War Zombies and Die Machine so far. There's still like an hour of footage left, I think. Man, Call of Duty Zombies is one of those things that like, I like playing it, but gosh, it takes so long to actually like progress in it. I mean, I only got to round, I think 34 in this gameplay, and there's people with world records that are like 500 plus rounds, and it's just like, where do you find the time? I mean, this was an hour and a half to get this far. That would take days. I mean, I know you can pause the game and come back to it, but just, geez. I wish that Zombies world records would add like some world record types that would like limit stuff a little more. I really wish that they would do it no mystery box one, because I could have sworn that they used to do that or something, or I saw that somewhere else, but I think that would be nice because that would like limit stuff a little bit for people who have like time constraints and stuff and can't play for really long extended periods of time, because a lot of the high round runs kind of rely on the ray gun and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for my thoughts on Cold War Zombies. There will maybe be more Cold War Zombies videos, I don't really know, because like I said, the leaderboard is already full of extremely high rounds that just, there's really no way that I could do those, because alongside probably not actually being good enough to go for those yet, at least, they just would take an astronomical amount of time to do. However, I would in the future like to do a Cold War campaign playthrough, because I've done other Call of Duty playthroughs on the channel, so that will probably happen in the future. But again, it all just kind of mainly depends on when does Wolf manage to finally buy a PS5, because they are near impossible to get. So, you know, we'll see if I get one of those in the next decade. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave the rest of the footage in if you guys want to watch the whole gameplay. I can already tell this video is gonna take forever to export because I gotta add the audio, and then it's gonna be like, it's already like an hour-long video. Oh man, that's gonna take a while. Anyway though, thanks for watching, see you guys in other videos, and bye-bye.
Dead frag.
Fetch me their souls. Max ammo.
Undead Tango down.
There's an exfil window available.
kill's a kill.
Window expired. They'll circle back.
That's what you get. Gotcha. Dead meat dropped. Enough of your moaning. what you get. Get him a toe tap.
It's their souls. Max ammo.
Next exfil window is up. window gone.
Dead meat dropped. You're brain dead now. Kill's a kill. Undead fragged. At least it was quick. That's what you get. Undead Tango down. Can't survive that.
Points.
Enough of your moaning.
Team, got another exfil window.
That's what you get. no big loss. Semtex! Undead frag. Undead Tango down.
Fetch me their souls. Max ammo.
Get him a toe tag. Get him a toe tag. You're brain dead now. Undead Tango down. Throwing Semtex. Dead meat dropped. frag. Gotcha.
Exfil window open.
Kill's a kill.
Exfil option closed. Raptor 1 is back.
That's what you get. Eat lead. Undead Tango down. At least it was quick. Semtex. Need meds. Stack. kill. Red meat dropped.